Hmm. What these guys argue about?
Should we talk about should we talk about Walz a little bit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of chicken shit, what the fuck? Does anybody support this?
bullshit.
This is some bitch assness right here.
Give us the whole
Bitch
spiel, guy.
assness.
You seem angry about it.
Well, I mean, why is he leaving? It just affirms everything the right has been bullshitting about for the last week. You know, there's no fraud uncovered. He's the one who's been clamping down on it since 2021 with Biden. And yet now it just makes everybody think that he did something wrong.
Yep.
And I don't know
Everything is
how
right.
he can just bail right now in the middle of it. No story's going to last in the news for more than like 2 weeks. This would be ancient history in a month. What the hell is he doing?
I don't agree with that. I think the story did catch a lot of
no.
I don't know. It got promoted a lot. Like I mean, anecdotally, I started seeing just like daily comments in my replies talking about this story in posts that had nothing to do with Tim Walz, and so that just like was an indicator for me that this story had like extreme salience with like conservative voters. I think
For a little bit, sure, but they move on in 2 weeks, bro. Remember, just don't forget, this Hutch guy plays video games on an ultra-wide monitor and defends it. I'm just saying, okay?
I think what he did was selfless. Like I think that him stepping down puts the Democratic Party in Minnesota in a stronger position. So, you know, I like him. I like his policies. I like the way that he governed, but I mean, it would be nice if we saw more politicians like put the consideration of like the constituency and their party above their own personal ambitions.
Hutch, I understand that, like, if you listen to what he says when he did this, he's like, I think I can do more work not running for governor and continuing to support the people. I think this is completely fine. But to do it the week after, like Guy says, like right when it like makes you look the most guilty and affirms all of their conspiracies, or maybe he did do something and then it's like, okay, well, now what's even worse? Like the timing wise, he could have waited a few months and said, actually, I'm not going to run for governor again. But the timing is awful. I think this
the clock is ticking, guys. So I mean, we're rapidly barreling towards November. And so like, you know, think back to Biden. What was the biggest criticism of Biden? That he didn't drop out sooner. And so he didn't really give Kamala a lot of time. So yeah.
Even if he waited just 2 more weeks, something else would be at top of mind for people, and they would shrug at him dropping out like, oh well, big deal. So yeah, the timing is just, it made Nick Shirley look like the new 60 Minutes. Like now Nick Shirley's a journalism
story of the
god.
century.
Yeah, if you watch the video,
he took down Tim Walz with his bullshit expose.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys. Like, this is affirming just the dumbest video ever. Like, there might be fraud there, and that is not what these guys found. You watch the video, and it's like, hey, we came to a daycare that runs from 2 to 10 p.m.
You're not allowed in the daycare.
Yeah, and they're like, where are the kids? Where are the kids? And it's like, come back at 2. Like, you know, like it's fucking like 10 a.m. dude.
The Leering Center. Like, can I just like this is an excerpt from Walz's statement. He says, all across the state, Minnesotans are hard at work on this problem, the fraud. Advocates, administrators, investigators are on the front line defending the integrity of our state's programs, and I want to thank them for their effort, ... But the political gamesmanship we're seeing from Republicans is only making that fight harder to win. We got Republicans here in the legislature playing hide and seek with whistleblowers. We got conspiracy theory right-wing YouTubers breaking into daycare centers and demanding access to our children. We got the president of the United States demoralizing our Somali neighbors and wrongly confiscating child care funding that Minnesotans rely on. It is disgusting and it is dangerous. End quote. And so I'm just going to capitulate and just basically give them the ultimate dunk and say that, you know, it's all okay.
Well, it makes me think that there's like something else going on. Like, just consider the fact that this guy, you know, he was a governor, so a well-known person, but he was thrust into the national spotlight. That was a really high-pressure situation. Maybe just coming off the heels of that was like really tough for him to recover from, and maybe his family is like suffering from all this stuff. Also, like,
There's some people in the chat were saying this. Maybe it was a lot of pressure. There's a world I could believe that to be the case in. If you were like a city or maybe state elected official, he was a governor of a state. I imagine that's a ton of pressure, even if it's like of a small state. Even the governor of fucking Montana or Idaho, I'm sure, get a lot of pressure. It's a big position. Arguably one of the largest political positions in the country beyond being president, depending on the state you're a governor in, I guess. But
maybe he's getting calls from Minnesota lawmakers that are getting just hammered on the phone lines. And so I don't know. I feel like, obviously, I think there was a lot of pressure on him, and he made the decision that he thought was the right move. And so I don't know, like, you call it weakness, but I think like the Democratic Party in Minnesota.
Here's the thing, like, I'm willing to be politically pragmatic about this. I just don't know if pragmatically they benefit. Like in Minnesota, there have been issues related to this fraud. People have been talking about it for a long time. And it's been a big thing that's governed their like local political discourse. But does him stepping down really mean that the Republican Party in Minnesota isn't going to leverage the exact same attacks? And it doesn't mean that the people of Minnesota are like, oh, well, now that Walz is going to be gone, the next Democrat is going to be way different. Or do Republicans just use this to bolster their deck? Say, look, all the Democrats knew it all along. They were all complicit. All of them were part of it. You're going to elect another one. Like, I just don't see how it helps.
are probably going to be fine. They're probably going to be like their standing is probably going to be a little bit better going into the next.
I want you to criticize one Democrat. Criticize one Democrat. Criticize one Democrat. Let's right now.
Fuck. Ro Khanna. I think he's
Fuck you. Stats based, at least.
Dude, I'll see fucking really for what? For Epstein stuff?
I think he's self-serving. No, we don't need to get into it.
But Hutch, to me, this
Fetterman.
Okay, great. Okay,
that's a good one.
This is bigger than Tim Walz. This is the Democratic Party. This is the left defending itself against this bullshit, taking on the Nick Shirleys of the world. And so it takes away all of our fight. It's like, yeah, nah, we're done. Never mind. Fuck it. We're out.
I think Nick Shirley picked Walz because Walz has been looking to get, since he ran for VP, and he has been looking to quit. And apparently, I actually know some people in Minnesota politics. He got all depressed after the election, and he just like kind of wasn't doing his job. Like it just the party the.
I mean, like this could be true, but fuck, man. Then the criticism would be, why the fuck did you announce you're gonna run for office again so early? Is that normal? Then you shouldn't have fucking said anything about running for office again. You know.
The governorship leadership was just kind of like falling apart. So I think he had planned at the beginning of the year for like the last 6 months, basically, he'd been thinking of quitting. And the timing of Nick Shirley's video coming out just makes it seem like Nick Shirley did it. But
how does that correspond with, or how does that line up with him announcing to run again in September? Like it was just a few months ago.
In September?
I think so, right? Isn't that
maybe the guy's bipolar because he's got times where he's real depressed and times where he's going to take on the whole world. And he just decided to finally give up.
If that's true, then I bid Tim Walz farewell. Best of luck. If he's bipolar and he doesn't want to do the job anymore, then I agree with his decision to step down. But I would also agree with IRI. Do it in like 2-3 weeks and maybe not just like, the week after this.
Say what you want about the QAnon shaman. He was a total goofball, but there was no footage of him beating the crap out of cops. He was one of the first motherfuckers into the Capitol, bro. He saw the doors being broken open before he ran in. Throw him in a fucking dungeon cellar and throw away the key. Fuck that guy.
Massive, story that's been twisted and falsified with bad angles from the Republicans.
They had this conversation. Like, I wonder what that was like.
They had to. Yeah, no, that's the thing. They had to have thought about this. And so it's a similar kind of dynamic. I'm not saying it's the same. All right, wait. Hey, fucking Peace Corps haters out there with Peace Corps Rangers. I'm not saying it's the same. But it's a kind of dynamic that I recall from like the Epstein files with Trump, where it's like, well, Trump must know that it looks bad to do these redactions and withholdings, whatever. And so whatever if he's considering this, there must be something that he's saying that like is worth whatever action he's taken. And that's the kind of dynamic where I'm like, well, yeah, Stacey's right. They must have thought about this. So why do they do it notwithstanding that? There must be something, some reason there, some political reason, some feeling of vulnerability, perhaps.
Well, if he doesn't have the fight, go ahead, guy. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying, I don't know. It starts to make people think maybe he's guilty of some shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but like, what the fuck?
I mean, like if he doesn't have the fight in him left, I mean, shouldn't you want him to resign? I mean, you need somebody that's up for that moment. If he doesn't have it in him, he's out of gas, then get out of there. Yeah.
And devil's advocate, why won't this be forgotten in 2 weeks?
It will be forgotten tomorrow.
It will.
Okay. So it's like they got a little bit of an extra win here, but ultimately, will it be that bad?
Opportunity to fight, and I wanted to square up, and we were starting to fuck these guys up, picking holes in his story, and Nick was getting embarrassed, and now Nick Shirley's a god. But I will say a silver lining is Governor Amy Klobuchar. We all love Amy Klobuchar, of course.
Senator or governor? Oh,
Senator. Who am I going to? Whose name am I going to put out there? Senator Al Franken. Let's go. Give him back.
No way. Are you serious with this shit?
You're like, he literally made a stupid joke that the person he was doing the joke to was in on. Apparently,
didn't he grope someone?
No, he didn't even. He
was a
joked like he was groping, right? So he didn't actually grope her, and she knew about it.
To be clear, I think there were allegations of forcible kissing.
Al Franken a groper?
I think it was just. He did not grab her boobs. He was like doing the whole thing that like, oh, I'm grabbing her boobs, but you're not really.
This is from PBS. Al Franken apologizes to women who said he groped them.
You know what?
We're just fact-checking you guys real quick.
Uncancel Louis. Uncancel Roseanne Barr. Uncancel who else did nothing wrong?
Unburn the Waymos. Unburn the Teslas.
Roseanne
made a, bring back Elon.
Roseanne made a.
Wait, Roseanne is fucking crazy. Louis fucked up. I think he apologized. I haven't followed that closely enough, but Louis fucked up for sure.
Post when Kimmel got fired for a second or sidelined, where she was like, I seem to recall another Democratic president doing this, implying that Biden did that to her, but she got went after like 2019 or something like that when Trump was president. It was insane.
They made a call, okay? They have connections.
Back channels, I suppose.
Roseanne, get Roseanne off. We don't like her.
Roseanne is.
Democrats are addicted to old people. I don't know what it is. We don't need Al Franken. Let's get someone new and young. I just want some dynamism. I want some What do you mean, what here, God? You know this. You know this.
God, Al Franken is a comedic god. He'll go in there and clown on Trump. He'll be a charismatic.
He'll grope Trump
lightning
on the
rod.
stage. That'll be great.
He'll grope him, groper in chief.
Scott,
We
we
have to do like the regular set of questions for Stacy before we have to end. We have to ask the following first. A, who do you pick, Graham Plattner or Janet Mills? Go ahead.
For what?
Or Senator in Maine.
Listen, I don't really. Okay, Janet Mills stood up for trans people against Trump. That's cool. And she doesn't have a Nazi tattoo. So
2 big wins. Well, that you know of.
We got
it could be
Janet
someone
Mills.
else.
You know.
I don't want a Nazi tattoo in the party. So I'm sorry.
Space.
Wow.
And next for Texas Senate Democratic nomination, we have is it James Talarico? Oh my God, I can't even.
Talarico.
Okay. Versus
Crockett.
Oh my God, Crockett. Yeah.
I like Crockett, but I don't think that the average Texan does. I think Houston does. But I think Talarico has a better chance. Just looking at the polls, of her disapproval is already so high that she can't win. Talarico has a lot of unsures, so maybe he could, So
Okay, should Schumer step down from leadership?
it should be up if the Senate votes against it. They picked their guy. They picked him for a reason. I think he's a fall guy.
Where would you vote if you were in the Senate? Where would you vote?
I don't know what goes on in the backroom dealing stuff. I think that the whole shutdown stuff. I think the shutdown. There's another shutdown coming up. Like I think he's lying right now about them not doing a shutdown just to keep it out of the news cycle, so that when it does actually happen, I think that he's lied about a lot of things for strategic reasons to protect Democrats. So whenever they're done with him, they'll pick somebody else. But I don't think we should have a big winner as the Senate minority leader right now. That's not a great position to be in. Like whoever this is going to be a very unpopular guy. And hopefully Schumer. I think he should quit, not run for the next election because he's just crazy unpopular and whatever. But for now, he's the fall guy, and we should elect someone popular whenever we actually have.
Wait, who is this person? These are base politics takes. Okay.
Don't do it, Hutch.
You just gave 3 unbelievably based answers.
Yes. Holy shit.
My God.
Let's watch the Schumer clip. Let's see if it changes their mind. Okay.
On all 3 questions.
I was going to see the Schumer clip.
We have the War Powers Act, which you mentioned. Right. I have the right to put that on the floor. Tim Kaine is the sponsor along with myself and Rand Paul, so it's bipartisan. Right. 2-3. And the Republicans must, if there was ever a time they must step up to the plate, this is the time. And they're going to, if they don't, they're going to feel the heat from their constituents.
You talked about the American people.
Come on, God. This is
Hang on a minute. What he just said was fucking true. You guys don't think that they're going to get you really don't think that these
You just said it's net positive. You just said it's net positive.
He's going to have a +4.
Let me finish. You don't think that these Republicans in Congress are going to get pressure from many of their own constituents about the rising cost of the healthcare premiums?
That's not what he's talking about.
Oh, that's what he's talking about. I think he's talking about War Powers resolution.
War Powers.
You fucking sneaky little motherfucker.
Wait, is he talking about Venezuela right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about Greenland.
Oh,
Is he really?
Either way,
I heard him talking
War
about
Powers.
earlier, War Powers thing
They
with
have to go up and make
Okay.
sure that they don't do this again, right? And it's like, the constituents are going to turn on them if they take Greenland or Panama.
I mean,
We will win.
Wait till one helicopter goes down, okay? Let's see how.
Let him cook.
Republican Party.
See,
Bunch of Danish
you have this
guys
vision-
running at the helicopter.
You have this vision of Chuck Schumer as like this master manipulator behind the scenes, and I sort of view him as Jar Jar Binks, where like he's juggling a bunch of like boom boom sticks, and like all of a sudden they get like randomly hits the droid in the machine and shit. So I mean, I understand.
Wait, Pisco, who won the fight? Was it the Gungans?
Loki, and then okay,
And
it was because of the
then
little
Jar
kid
Jar
in the fucking-
became a senator.
True, and then he brought out the Emperor and the darkness for 100 years.
And then he gave emergency powers to Palpatine.
But wait, hold on, hang on.
Exactly.
There's also a fan theory that Jar Jar Binks was a secret Sith Lord the whole time, which
Also amazing for Schumer. That's awesome. Yeah,
That's what I'm
Schumer's
saying.
secretly evil. Yeah.
I think like the Senate leader position is going to be a job that like there's nobody that I think could fulfill what you want from the Senate leader. Literally, I don't think anybody could do what you want them to do. Pisco.
I agree.
Like that, they are in a no, like what Stacy just said. They are in a no-win situation right now. Like Schumer right now is like a sacrificial lamb for the party. I support him resigning.
Your position is so this is really where Hutch is at. No one could do a better job than Schumer is doing right now. He's optimal. This is what peak masculinity looks like.
Hang on, I did not say that. But you want like someone who's going to perfectly whip all the votes every time he needs, and also go viral. And
I said I want perfect.
And also go viral on social media every week. That's like your.
Do you guys remember when I said I want a perfect Senate majority leader? I remember when I said that. But you know what? Honestly,
That's a tough job.
Want to be a fall guy.
That's a tough job right now. That is
of course,
I
I've always said it's an easy job, and it's very easy to be Senate majority. Like, obviously, I'm saying it's a job that requires responsibility, but I think that Schumer is he's getting dog walked a little bit, and I think in any version of Schumer is this like intrepid guy that we should keep. You have to admit what Stacy said, which is he's lying and like constantly lying about the position on stuff and like.
Oh my God, that was the most retarded thing to take from everything she said. Holy shit, he's so brain broken. Being strategic is not like a bad lie. Him saying, oh no, we're not going to shut down the government so that it doesn't dominate headlines right now so that we can bring it up as a relevant issue in a few weeks, is to say like, well, he's lying. Oh my God, that was such of all the things that was said, what a retarded extraction of a point. I'm sorry, I'm done.
I think that Schumer is he's getting dog walked a little bit, and I think in any version of Schumer is this like intrepid guy that we should keep. You have to admit what Stacy said, which is he's lying. And like constantly lying about the position on stuff and like where the caucus is at. And
I think it's
talk about misrepresenting what was said. And he called Hutch sneaky. Oh my God.
Okay to lie in politics sometimes.
Yeah, if it's 4D chess lying, these goes.
Yes.
Honestly, we should lie more.
Yes.
True.
Keep lying.
True. Yeah.
So are you going to start lying to your audience?
Oh my God! Get me out of here! What flips the switch in his brain? Is it when he feels like socialists are being attacked? Or whatever, when they were talking about Pritzker or whatever earlier, and they want, outside of Schumer, he wants what? Like, I don't even know what I don't know what the calculation is here. I don't know what the switch that flips in his brain that turns him into the most bad faith retard in the universe. I don't know what's happening. I think it'd be good if Schumer lied in order to make political gains in the Senate. That would be good politicking. Oh, really? So do you think that the doctor should lie to you about your child having terminal cancer then? It's like, Jesus, fuck, bro. What the fuck?
I'd say no. I'd say no.
I don't have
That's a lie, though.
I don't have constituents. I am a podcaster and a middle-aged streamer, so I don't think it's the same set of considerations.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
Interesting.
Any more questions for Stacy, please?
Oh, wait, let me think. Okay. Do you think Manchin...
Yeah. Oh, you said it.
Wait. Before you mention, what are your thoughts on Hassan Piker? Go.
Hassan Piker?
Yeah.
I think he would never have me on a show.
Why not?
That's a good sign.
I just don't think he would. I think that he doesn't like trans people.
Oh. True. Also, huge social culture wars issue distraction that he doesn't give a fuck about because he just wants to talk about class shit and everything. And he hates fucking trans people after he got hand wrung by that one person. He's like, "You're a trans person. You're gonna fucking kill yourself. You hate your life more than blah blah blah." Absolutely hates him after that. True. Also hates women as well. So.
That is a clip.
Show, and I wasn't impressed with his coverage.
Oh shit! And what brings you to believe that?
Well, I think that a lot of the, I wouldn't say he's necessarily, is he a tanky? Does that count? Is he count?
Yes. Well, he is self-identified as a Marxist-Leninist.
Okay, well, here's the thing about the Marxist-Leninists. I was in the Missouri Capitol against.
Wait, what did you say?
Here's the thing. He's necessarily, is he a tanky? Does that count? Is he count?
Yes. Well, he is self-identified as a Marxist-Leninist.
Okay, well, here's the thing about
self-identified as a Marxist-Leninist.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
So I would say he's a tanky, or I wouldn't say he's a tanky. If you identify as an ML, you are a tanky. Definitionally, you are. Nobody, I don't even know if MLs would deny that. I think even they would say, hell yeah, I'm a fucking tanky. Yeah, I am, motherfucker. So, okay, but whatever. I don't know. No, I do know. That's, okay.
About the Marxist-Leninists. I was in the Missouri Capitol against all of these anti-trans bills while they were there, testifying against all this stuff. You know who wasn't there? Marxist-Leninists. They never showed up.
True.
It was we had the Jewish community in St. Louis. We had some Episcopalians, some United Methodist people. We had and half of them was Jewish, honestly. And we were there against it. And it was just like the lib wine moms were there, and the people with trans kids, and then all the Democratic people there were giving us like the best defense we could. But I don't think that a lot.
Note that the substance guy is in chat shit talking Hutch. Oh, that guy is obsessed with me and everything around me. Maybe he's obsessed with other people too. That substance guy tweets out crazy shit about me. Yeah, he spends a lot of time attacking people in this orbit.
Of the way people talk about geopolitics, the way Hassan talks about China or stuff like that, you can't have those opinions if you care about trans people at all. Like we're an afterthought.
Interesting.
About a revolution or any of that kind of stuff. You talk about single payer healthcare. You're not really thinking about trans people because like you set that in a federalized thing. Look at what Republicans are doing to us already. They're struggling because we've got legal stuff to fight against it. And like look what the UK is doing to trans. But we're completely cut off from health insurance in the UK like permanently. And,
you mean that treatments to help with gender dysphoria and related treatments that are not covered by
trans health in the NHS in Britain now. And I think a lot of the far leftist stuff position just forgets, and they want us to be little foot soldiers for their revolution or whatever, when we just want to have healthcare over the next few years, you know? And I think that in order to have these positions, you have to just not care about us. You may not be blatantly transphobic, but like low key, we don't matter to you.
Wait a second. I believe in single payer healthcare, or at least some form of universal healthcare. Does that make me transphobic? I mean, obviously,
if you're not willing to accept any negotiated middle ground, yes. If you're saying I would never vote for a public option candidate because I only want single payer healthcare, then yeah, you're fucking over every single person who can't afford to have your luxury beliefs of all or nothing.
That would want to cover some amount of then what's the difference there? Why is Hassan?
Well, I mean, it's like a sign. It's not necessarily a total thing. It's just like. What you got to think about, we live in a country where Republicans win half the time. What happens when Republicans win? They cut government funding, right? And they cut government funding on a politicized basis on who they don't like. And the more power you give to the federal government, until you solve the problem of Republicans winning elections half the time, what are you going to do? And I'm not saying single payer can't work, Medicare for all can't work. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we have to have a solution for what happens when Republicans do win and are in charge of it.
It's also I find, can I just say this real quick? Yeah, I've said things like this before, that part of the structure of the government that has, I think, muted some of the horrible shit that Trump is doing is this kind of more this federalization, that is the disbursement of different authorities, and putting more in centralized hands in federal control can, to the extent that there's like a unitary executive theory that's now being ensconced by the Supreme Court, give a lot of power to the executive, and oftentimes it's conservatives, to wield that authority to fuck with people. And so that's an interesting thing I never actually heard before in the context of trans healthcare.
It's also I've had many critiques of like the tankies, but like on this particular topic, I also see a lot of rhetoric. And thankfully, I think these people are pretty fringe and they're mostly online and they have an outside voice. And I don't think they're numerous, but they spin these narratives and they seem to stick. And I don't know if it comes from Hassan or I don't know what he said on this topic, but I can tell you how many times I've seen big, prominent, kind of hyper lefty accounts accuse Gavin Newsom, for example, of being bad on trans issues.
True.
Which drives me fucking insane because when I looked up his track record, he signed like literally a dozen really consequential.
It's because of that one interview he did with Bannon. Or no, it was with Charlie Kirk, where he was like, maybe some of the trans athlete stuff for grade school, maybe this was too far, and people lost their shit over it. Some people did.
Super pro-trans bills. Like California is a sanctuary state for parents who want to give their kids gender-affirming care.
See,
like you can come to California.
They passed those laws in 2022 whenever the red states were passed. They saw what the red states were doing, and they made a law to protect us if we move there. And that matters to these red state trans people that are, because I know a lot of families that had trans kids. They all left Missouri. They all had to leave after the laws got passed. They moved to different places. And the states where they passed those laws, it matters. It's very important. And a lot of people, when they're talking about Newsom being transphobic, they don't give any weight to that kind of stuff. Now, one thing Newsom did is he did go on Charlie Kirk's, he had Charlie Kirk on his podcast,
on a show
and he said some stuff about how it's deeply unfair for us to play sports or whatever. But that pissed me off, and I was mad about it. But that's a podcast. But what did he do in his policy? Trump said he was going to cut California federal funding if they don't kick all trans people out of sports. And Gavin Newsom's administration told him to go fuck himself, and that trans kids were going to keep playing sports. So in practicality, he's been great for trans people.
Well,
last question.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. You first.
I was just gonna say, I mean, he was playing into. I mean, that was obviously all about optics, but his position was that he had. I think he was trying to validate concerns that a lot of people have, right or wrong. He was just trying to validate those concerns.
Bro, I thought you guys were linking slop in chat. What the fuck? This is the White House YouTube channel? Patriotic lo-fi victory beats. This is like North Korea tier shit, but we're like slopping it up.
But his official position was that the government should not be in charge of regulating these athletic bodies. It should ultimately be up to the body. So even in that position, he wasn't saying that he would be open to like having the government step in or the state of California step in and restrict trans people from sports. And on all the other topics, though, on so many other, like that was just one bill. Like literally, it's like a dozen really consequential bills. And so when I hear stuff like the Democratic Party has abandoned the trans party, it drives me insane. Because the people that are leaving these red states that are passing these restrictive measures, what states what party do you think governs the states that these people are likely going to be?
I uprooted my life to go from Kansas to Maryland specifically because Democrats are in charge here. It's a big difference for trans people. So,
that's good to hear. I have a last question, then I'll hand over to Bill in this series of questions. What do you admire most about the new mayor of New York City, Mamdani? The fact that he's a communist or the fact that he's a Muslim?
Jesus Christ. I think he's a cool guy. All right. Why do I have to have a favorite thing about him? I like his stuff on building just some of the like minutia of New York, like getting the scaffolding off of all the buildings. Cause right now in New York, it's like scaffolding is everywhere. It just stays up forever. And little things like that to take it away. Like the licensing stuff there's so many things in New York cause it's a giant.
Oh, careful. You're going to trigger him. That sounds like abundance liberalism right there. Uh-oh. Oh no.
That's the nest of a city. There's so much going on that can be improved that way. And I think that people try to make Zoran like a national guy. Like they want to talk about Israel and Palestine all the time with this guy who's supposed to run New York City. There's so much stuff happening in New York City. It should really just be focused on that. And I think that his video, his campaign stuff is amazing, and Democrats everywhere should copy it.
Well, his mom is a film director, and so like obviously that had a huge influence on him because
have
his
you seen his
campaign
rap
had
stuff?
Yeah,
I have.
They're good.
That's how terrorists.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it. That's my mayor. Holy fuck. No, yeah.
When he said abundance in his inaugural speech,
I got a little. Yeah.
Did you quiver with rage? What did it?
I quivered with anticipation. Yeah, I really appreciated the abundance pilled shit there. But listen, to be honest with him, I think that he's going to do. I hope he does a great job. I think he hasn't set expectations low. He set them very, very high. And that's why I endorsed him, and that's why I voted for him. And let's see what happens. I do think that the scaffolding shit, facade repair in New York takes like years. My apartment, like they've been doing the facade repairing for like a year. I haven't been able to use my balconies, which I know it's a kind of like first world issue, but like what the fuck, get rid of it.
It's like
I also don't want to see people. Yeah, they could really fix it so that people with balconies can more enjoy the site.
I think they keep the scaffolding because it's cheaper to just have scaffolding out there than actually fix the facade, right? Yeah.
We don't want people to get killed by like chunks of concrete falling down, I guess.
Yeah.
It's little stuff too, man. Like you got me to think about things I never would have thought about as someone who doesn't live in New York City. But like the process of getting like a permit to sell to sell food or whatever. Like he laid it out. I'd never heard of it. People are like, it costs like $20,000 to purchase a permit, and so people buy the permit and then like sublet the permit basically. Like other people, vendors pay these people so they can use that permit. It's insane. And so that one policy of like bringing that permit cost down to like what was it, like $50 or $200 or something like that is like that could make a huge difference and actually
they're like scalping it. It's like the
Wick is asking if you want to join the Nick Shirley panel. Why wouldn't he just ask me? We're friends on Discord.
Pokemon card scalpers.
Yeah, it's insane.
These fuckers trying to corner the market.
Those guys make bank. I've heard some of them make 6 figures.
The guys
Like hot dogs.
their licenses, you mean, or the vendors?
No, the people selling hot dogs making like six figures because like at a museum or something.
Oh yeah, every hot dog's like $30.
So out of touch, Pisco, that was your Hillary Clinton moment.
How much can a banana cost, Michael?
What's this
$20?
banana, Michael?
Well, should we call it there, guys? Or
Yeah. So, Stacy, I have your Twitter link in the description, but where can people find you? What's coming up? Anything to plug? Shows, tours, Rage Bait, Fox News clips you're about to put out? What's going on?
I guess follow me on Instagram and YouTube. That's my favorite ones. I post a lot on Twitter, but I'm not a fan. And I'm going to be doing, I don't know how many of you guys are in California, but I'm supposed to be doing something like January 30th is a progressive YIMBY thing. I'm supposed to be associated with that, perform. It's a new thing putting together, but you might see me there. Say what?
What city?
LA.
Oh, well, never mind.
All right. I said California. I was thinking LA.
me and Guy are in those parts. Message me after and give me the details because I might hit you up or take you up on that.
All right, so I got to get more of the details first, but they put my poster on it, so now it's official, I guess.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on. This is
thanks for having me.
great. We love all the joking and all that.